Next, we have Halima Braun. She's a 10th grader from the Islamic School of Rhode Island and a youth representative from Rhode Island Women's Action Initiative, formerly Women's March.
Hello. I have a poem. My name is Halima. I am half Egyptian, half white, and Muslim. So, back in middle school, around the time of the 2016 presidential elections, I witnessed and started experiencing a lot of hate towards the Muslim community. So I have a lot of pent-up anger about how the world treats us, as one would. I wrote this poem about that. I'm a big slam poetry nerd, so I've watched a lot of poems about Islamophobia, and I've come to realize they all have a common pattern. They usually start out with the greeting Assalamu alaikum, which translates to peace be upon you. Then they'll go on to talk about the misconceptions that others have about Muslims and Islam, and finally mention some mundane act that we all do to prove that we're just like you. So I did the complete opposite, and this poem is called No Promises. On May 16th at sunset, we entered into this holy month. So in the spirit of Ramadan, I will try to refrain from getting angry, but there are no promises. In January 2017, Donald J. Trump is inaugurated the 45th President of the United States of America, releasing a wave of hate and bigotry amongst the country. Though it physically makes me sick to call him a president, in the spirit of Ramadan, I will try to refrain from getting angry, but there are no promises. In February 2017, Donald Trump issued Executive Order 13769, titled Protecting the Nation from Foreign Terrorist Entry into the U.S., more commonly known as the Muslim ban. Yes, it stings to know that the country I was born in does not want me. Still, in the spirit of Ramadan, I will try to refrain from getting angry, but there are no promises. In June of 2017, Donald Trump breaks a 2-decade-long White House tradition of holding an iftar dinner near the end of Ramadan. I have no doubt that no Muslim would want to attend in the first place, but still, in the spirit of Ramadan, I will try to refrain from getting angry. But there are no promises. According to a CNN article published last August, from January to July 2017, there had been 63 publicly recorded incidents targeting mosques around the country, averaging out to about 9 a month. Of course, that may come across as a shock to you, but it doesn't to me, because to be Muslim in America now is to be aware that you are hated. Again, in the spirit of Ramadan, I will try to refrain from getting angry, but there are no promises. In March 2018, a letter was sent out across Britain announcing April 3rd Punish a Muslim Day. As I remember the fear of the letter being replicated in America, I have to remind myself that in the spirit of Ramadan, I will try to refrain from getting angry, but there are no promises. In April 2018, the US, Britain, and France strike Syria over a suspected chemical weapons attack. Over 40 people's lives were lost. Donald Trump claims that by the airstrike we are saving lives of Syrian citizens, but when did you start caring for those citizens' lives? Because when they were at the Golden Door, you put down the lamp of liberty. What happened to giving your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free? You broke that promise. Last week, Donald Trump declared to move the U.S. Embassy in Israel to Jerusalem. As Israeli officials celebrated, over 60 Palestinians were killed at the Gaza Strip. Do you not realize you just declared war against the Middle East? Or is this all part of some master plan to wipe out each Arab country one by one until the land's oil is yours to take? Sounds a lot like the Crusades all over again. Do you not care about anyone's life but your own? Do you not realize how much blood is on your hands? Do you not have the brain cells to tell the difference between right, wrong, and stupid? In the spirit of Ramadan, I will try to refrain from getting angry. In the spirit of Ramadan, I will try to refrain from getting angry. In the spirit of Ramadan, I will try to refrain from getting angry. In 2016, after the Nice France attacks, Masjid al-Huda in South Kingstown was vandalized. In 2015, the Islamic School of Rhode Island in West Warwick was vandalized. In 2012, Masjid al-Islam in Smithfield was vandalized, because to be a Muslim in America now is to be aware that you are hated. To be aware that you are hated, be aware that you are hated. On May 16th at sunset, we entered into this holy month. So in the spirit of Ramadan, I will try to refrain from getting angry. I will try to focus on the world's good. I will try to laugh instead of cry. But there are no promises.
Thank you so much for that.